Alright, so we're back in the room. The charger's right here. This is what I was talking about with the fan. Largest fan right there. We got the Hyperion up here. Then we got our FF 2.0 and then the FF Lite over there. Now, overall, I'd say, to be honest, I can't really decide between the FF 2.0 and the Hyperion. They're both really nice scooters. If I had to do like Uber Eats or something like that, though, I would probably go with the FF 2.0 because it's a lot more comfortable to ride and like it's it's a lot more safer compared to the Hyperion. So if you were doing something like Uber Eats, I would go with the FF. If you were just trying to like, you know what I mean, like the FF 2.0, it's a lot more like stable and like it still gets a good amount of wheel span. You're not gonna be getting a ton, but if I had to choose one to do like Uber Eats in like Japan or something, definitely the FF 2.0. But if you're looking for just pure speed, the Hyperion is gonna be slightly faster. I mean, so yeah, it's gonna be that. And also like one more thing I wanna add on though is like, I think it depends on how you're gonna be riding it, right? Like if you're using this for like a short commute, like maybe 5-10 minutes to like get to work, or like you're just taking it for like a quick spin on the streets and like you wanna just like have fun and like, you know, do that kind of stuff on the road, then I think the Hyperion is going to give you more of that like really quick acceleration and like that wheel spin and all that. So I think if that's what you're trying to do, or like you're trying to like use it to like commute to school maybe, or you just do like a quick ride, maybe 5-10 minutes, no longer than like a mile. If it's under like a mile distance, then I think this thing it really gives you that wheel spin. So if that's what you're specifically trying to do, then I think the Hyperion may be better. Or if like you care about bulkiness and stuff. But the thing with the FF 2.0 is that because it has like a really good damper on it, it's a lot more like stable when it comes to like just riding it long term. And because it's a lot more stable and it has the damper, you can ride it with one hand, right? Like the Hyperion, you cannot ride it with one hand. It's impossible to ride it with one hand unless you're like balancing on the scooter. But like the FF 2.0, because it has like a really good damper on it, you're able to like ride it with one hand. And the reason why I'm saying that is not because you should ride on one hand, but because if you can ride on one hand, it means that it's a lot more like it means there's a lot less pressure on like your hands to like prevent the wobbling, right? Like this thing, you're gonna have a lot more effort put into your arms to keep this thing from like wobbling. It is very stable, but you get what I mean, right? Like you gotta like use your hands to actually control that movement. Whereas with the FF 2.0, because it has the damper to like absorb a lot of the impact, the damper is gonna take a lot of pressure off your arms because the handlebars are gonna be a lot more straight line, you know what I mean? So if you are going like off-roading with this thing, like if you want to take it to the mountains and go off-riding there, or you want to commute longer distances, like anything longer than like a mile, like if you're commuting like 3-4 miles to get to work or school or something like that, then you know that really the damper taking the pressure off your forearms is going to really make a difference when it comes to like longer distances, or if you're like off-roading, or if you want to go mountain climbing in some mountains in like Europe or something like that. Again, the FF 2.0 is going to be a lot easier to ride. So if you are looking to do like longer distances, or let's say you're doing like Uber Eats on a scooter, or anything longer distance than just like a quick spin, and then it's gonna be a lot more on like which one's easier to ride, especially when you're riding each thing for like 20-25 minutes or even longer. So that in that case, the FF 2.0 is definitely gonna be better than the Hyperion. Like for example, if I had to like I don't know, let's say I was doing Uber Eats or something like that, I would definitely I wouldn't do Uber Eats in America because it's gonna get stolen. But if I was in like Japan, I would definitely use the FF 2.0 over the Hyperion, just because like you would be able to like keep riding for a lot longer without getting tired, because again, the damper takes so much pressure off of your arms. This thing, you can't ride one-handed, meaning like again, you're gonna have to control the movement in the handlebars. So that's like the main difference I see between the two. Like again, I would go with the FF 2.0 if you're doing anything longer distance, and if you're just riding it short, or like you're trying to do drag races, then maybe the Hyperion would win in that case. But definitely at higher speeds, the FF 2.0 is a lot stable as well. So if you're riding like faster speeds for longer, like if you're trying to like go on a road and like you're trying to like maintain 45 miles an hour or 50 miles an hour, and you're trying to maintain that like for longer than just a couple seconds, then again the FF 2.0 is going to win, because the Hyperion, you might get more wheel spin at the beginning, but once you get to that speed, it's a lot less stable, and you're way more likely to get a wobble on this thing compared to the FF 2.0. So again, the Hyperion does have its advantages. The FF 2.0 has its advantages as well. It just comes down to which one you're more looking for. I think if I had to choose one, I would go with the FF 2.0, just because like it's a lot more practical. Like maybe it's a little bit less wheel spin compared to the Hyperion, but outside of that, it's a lot better in a lot more areas. And again, it's a lot more sturdy. Like the Hyperion, this is what I mean. Like the Tron strips are like right here, right? If you fall, the first thing that's gonna hit is right here. So then if you fall, the Tron strips are instantly gonna be destroyed. And they're very delicate, because the other time I was trying to repair the Hyperion, and like I was trying to get the Tron strip to stick onto the deck, and I was like pushing down on this area, and then this back portion just completely went out. So that really shows you how delicate it is. Now, obviously it's probably not gonna break that easily every single time, but it is very delicate, as in like, you do gotta be careful, and if it does fall on its side or something like that, there is a good chance that the Tron strip will break. Whereas with this thing is a lot more sturdier as well. So again, if you're looking for like reliability on top of that as well, the FF 2.0 is going to be a lot more reliable when it comes to like the Hyperion as well. So yeah, that's going to be that. Like the display as well on the FF 2.0, a lot better. Like again, the turning signal system on this thing, where you just slide it left and right, this is a lot easier to use than like the Hyperion, where you gotta like click these buttons, and then you gotta click it again, and then like it's a lot more cumbersome to like use this thing for like that kind of purposes as well. And like overall, the twist throttle is a lot more comfortable to use as well. So yeah, overall, like I would say they're both very good scooters. If I had to choose one, I would go with FF 2.0. But if you're just looking for pure raw, like short-term commutes, then I would maybe go with the Hyperion. So thank you guys for watching. Let me know if you guys want to see anything else.